and certainly the speakers did, and the audience did too. Everybody is practically here still. I know Johan was a little worried late in the afternoon, but the quality and the content of what we have been discussing has been extremely interesting and very rewarding, and we will bring it with us, and we will have a reason to come back and discuss singular issues further, I'm quite sure. Just one point, talking about history, we should not build on history maybe, but I think I've been looking back quite to some extent on the chamber history, 100 years. It may not be so long, but it's a long time for Swedish companies here in France. And history, I think, is used more of all. You see when you look at history what enormous changes have already occurred in the past. So we have a tendency to think that we are always the new inventors today, but it's fantastic. And during conditions which were quite difficult with world wars and a surrounding world which was not so global, true, but there were other difficulties, and so I think that's what we can learn from history, that changes do occur and big jumps do happen. And then we build new goals. And I sympathize very much with, of course, the fact, like Jakob was saying, that we should have a long-term view. We should, for sustainable, we just have a long-term perspective on sustainability. We, of course, have to look at the fundamentals in the surrounding world, and I think that's really where the challenges will also be, apart from the climate, of course, which is an enormously big challenge, and human rights and terrorists and so on. But that, I think, we cannot really foresee, but I think we have to do. I recognize all these. We live with old computer systems. We need the digitalization is vital, but it doesn't always go so fast because it takes a lot of research, a lot of work. My oldest son is working in this area, so I recognize it all. He's always been doing his own programming, his own codes. He's always telling me everything is so late, so you have to create it all. And so the ability to do your own, to decide your own future is also part of this. So somewhere we have to marry how we build long terms, taking into consideration a lot of factors, and at the same time create something entirely new. I would just like to end by this. I would also say there is one thing we haven't really talked to about regarding the fundamental factors. I noted that at the Royal Castle in Stockholm 4 days ago, you had a forum, a Global Child Forum. I know this is a question very close to our Queen's heart and to the royal family, but I think it was very interesting to note that you have a Global Child Forum initiative and to safeguard the rights of children. But what the goal seems to be is that you want to, with this forum, identify solutions for them about the most acute questions when it comes to the company's responsibilities for a sustainable. And we are here. We are the companies here. So I would like you all to think about this aspect also in your future strategy building. The children, there are many aspects to the children's right, but this aspect of what can businesses and what can we as companies do to take this into consideration when we are building our corporate strategies and looking at the sustainable world. Because the more we can do for children, and in terms of education, but also to create a safe and a good world for them, where they are taught tolerance and love. Maybe we can avoid in the future also to have these kind of terrorist threats that we think of so much today. So thank you very much all for coming, and I hope you will continue your discussions well, I think you should go to Salle de Cuivre or out here. There is wine and discussions. And again, thanks you to all. And Johan Kylenstierna, of course, a fantastic job. I know you're a great specialist in the sustainability area, but in the Swedish way, you offered also to be the moderator for the digital part, and you said, I don't know so much about this, but you said, if you want me to do it, I will learn. So thank you so much for this excellent performance. Thank you.